Hiya, and thank you so much for taking the time to actually watch my video. This video is titled The Greatest Investment You Can Ever Make. And I'm going to talk about what I believe that is. In my case, I honestly believe that the greatest investment you can make is in yourself. There's other videos about this, but I'm going to talk about why I believe it is such a something that we really need to think about if we are to achieve more. Um, you've only got to look at the people, perhaps look at the people that you know yourself that are doing well. You need to look into the reasons why you believe they are doing well. And this is usually because they have made some sort of investment in their self. If you've seen any of my other videos, I do cover a lot of subjects on this: motivation, why people procrastinate, why people, they talk themselves out of things. There's so many reasons why people don't succeed, if you like, in life, but there's so many ways of improving, and yet these um, these ways people don't never seem to explore. At least the people, what I believe, if you like, in the working classes, they are they perhaps haven't been made aware of the options that are available to them, and that's what my videos are all about. We need to, as individuals, look at our situation and be critical of the situation we're in, and instead of reaching for, if you like, unachievable goals in the short term, we should perhaps be looking at ways to achieve, if you like, lesser goals, but still goals that are going to improve our life. Now, there's so many ways now that we can achieve greatness, if you like. It could be through education. It can be through being a better person. It might not necessarily be about making more money. It might be that you just improve yourself as a person, so you become more liked. It might be that you offer and do more for your community. Yeah. I think a lot of videos that you watch on personal development, they're aimed at always earning money and getting on and doing fantastic. And whilst this is a dream, if you like, for a lot of people, and me included, um, I won't take myself out of that dream because obviously everyone wants to do well. I still believe that we need to be critical of ourselves and look at the people who are around us and what we can do in the short term. Now, personal development, yeah. If you want to improve as a person, a lot of people say, well, what can I do? What can I actually do to improve and be a better person? What can I do to earn more money? What can I do to better my relationship? Well, the society we live in today, there's so much free information. There's so many places we can go where we can actually source this information that it's crazy, really, because information, education has never been so freely available, and yet so few people, in my eyes, take advantage of it. Myself, I've always been, if you like, when I left school, I got involved in education. I done architecture and drawing, etc., and that led me to be, if you like, a bit of an academic. I was quite used to studying and reading, but I've recently got involved in personal development because of my own health, and I was searching, if you like, for ways to improve myself because I suffer with OCD, and obviously I'm looking for ways to, obviously, if you like, improve that and get better, and also because I want to obviously do well for my family. But doing this as, if you like, open up a whole um, world of information, if you like, on how these people that seem to do fantastic and lead these fantastic lives, it's made me realise that yes, they may have had a good start, but you can still do well if you're willing to improve. Now, I watch a lot of videos on personal development myself, and they all talk about what you're doing in your day. One video I watched, I can't think, I'm terrible for remembering names, but the guy was saying that What books have you read to actually improve your knowledge? What motivational videos have you perhaps watched to try and inspire yourself to do more? Because it all starts up here. It all starts with the way you are approaching your life. If you're approaching your life negatively, and you're going along, if you like, on a in a just on a level plane, and you ain't looking to obviously what you can do, and you're not looking to reach your full potential, then you're never ever going to do it because you haven't made no plan. But this video is just to try and inspire you to realise that there is more out there. Yeah, you can start by just it might be that it could be something silly. It could be that your maths and English isn't that good, and it's stopping you from perhaps going for another job, which might give you a bit more money. It might be that you haven't got that qualification, which is going to enable you to take a higher qualification in a subject which you know would interest you. Well, guess what? You can do that. You can do that. You can actually, you can take these courses. Nobody is stopping you. We merely need to reach for a book. Watch YouTube. I've learned so much from YouTube. Of some of the ways that we can actually grow as people, ways we can grow our business. Information on IT. There's so much free knowledge available that it's criminal, really, that people, if you like, who want to improve are not improving. It's either two reasons: you either don't know about it and you don't know where to go to, if you like, embark on that journey of improvement, or you're just not bothered. But if you're not bothered, you're probably not watching this video. You probably wouldn't be watching this video. You're obviously watching it because you're looking for a bit of positive direction. Now, what I've done, obviously, in my, what I generally do if you want to improve is watch videos on motivation, watch videos on why people procrastinate. They think about things too much. If there's something that you're lacking on, it might be that you're not confident. Look to see how you can become more confident. What can you do? There's videos on growing your confidence. Yeah, there's no reason for you to be stagnant and obviously not be able to move forward because there's always a way. You've only got to look at some of the big people that are really successful and look at what they've achieved to realise that they've achieved massive success. And yet for us perhaps to have a better life, it might be that you perhaps want to earn a bit more money so you can go on holiday or perhaps buy a nicer home. You haven't got to improve to that degree to actually reach that. So there's probably not a lot. There's probably not a good reason why you're not reaching your goal. Yeah, a lot of these people that achieve success, it might be that they've done a 9 to 5 job, but they've spent 3 or 4 hours, 6 hours at the weekend studying to do something which they know is going to bring their life abundance. Yeah, this is what I'm doing now. I'm trying to trying to put things in place which are going to make my life better. If I can watch a video that's about something and somebody inspires me, then obviously I will take notice and I'll try and implement some of these things that are obviously going on in these videos. I watch a guy called Stephen James. He's got a channel, Project Life Mastery. This bloke is a proper life coach, and he's achieved great success through it. And when you watch his videos, you see why, because the guy knows what he's talking about. He's talking about all the time, his whole day. He has time for fun, but he's looking forward. Yeah, so many people, they come home from work and they sit down and they say to themselves subconsciously that their day's over. They've been at work 9 to 5, they've come in, they've put their tools down, or they've come in from the office, and that's where it ends. But these people that are achieving great success, they're not doing that. They're not doing that. At least not at the start. They're not doing it. They're putting balls in motion. They're putting things into motion, which are going to create greatness. I'll talk about in one of my other videos about, looking at it, if you like, in a hypothetical way, that we are all marbles, and that because we feel like we're not completely dependent, or, no, sorry, completely independent of everything else around us, i.e. we have to go to work, we have to pay our bills, we have to do all these things. In a way, we're being pushed from left to right, up and down. We're being made to do things that perhaps we don't want to do, or do a job we don't want to do. And it's all because we are not in control of our momentum. Whereas if we were more skilled, and we had more belief in ourselves, and we could find ways of encouraging ourselves and educating ourselves, then all this people telling you what to do and pushing you left and right, we could break away from it, because we would then have our own, we'd be our own person. It's something I dream about almost. I work for a guy, I work for a few guys who I get work for, and they all pay me money, and I'm having to do this, go left, I'm having to go right, and to obviously get the money to pay my bills. But at the back of my mind, there's not a day goes forward where I'm not thinking about how I can escape that. Now, I don't mean about escape going to work, because I do genuinely believe work is good for you. It's definitely good for me. It keeps me busy, yeah. But I would like to be able to, if you like, demand what I know I'm worth. And you can only do this when you reach a level where you basically, no one's controlling you, no one. But you can't reach that. You can't expect to be uneducated. You can't expect to be unmotivated. You can't expect to, if you're a procrastinator, to ever reach that level, because you're not putting in place the things you've got to do. You've got to start reading. You've got to start educating yourself. You've got to start thinking about things in your life that make you feel good. Think about the things in your life that make you feel bad. Think about your time. Where are you spending your time? Yeah? I've recently done a video about time, about how I know. I've did it in my past myself. Wasted hours and hours and hours doing nothing. Just sitting there watching repeats of a film or of a series that I've already watched. Yes, it's good to watch TV. Yes, it's good to, have fun. Everyone's got to have fun in their life. But you need to, if you want to achieve and you really want to reach a high level, you ain't going to get there unless you put some of these things I've been talking about into action. Because if you like, without being horrible to you, you're undeserving if you don't. How can you expect to earn more money if you're only at a certain level? I used to watch, and I still watch, videos by Jim Rohn, and he's a massive personal life coach. He was big into network marketing, and what the guy's saying, it's all sense. He talks about, if you want to earn more money, you have to bring more to the marketplace. You've got to be more valuable. Yeah, you've got to make yourself more valuable. If you're just working at a checkout, and you know that if you don't go in, someone can come in the next day. A woman can show you how to show the woman how to use the till, and she can do your job. Then you're only ever going to earn minimum wage. Yeah, and you need to wake up to that. You need to realise that you are either going to be on minimum wage, or you're going to be worth more. Yeah, because it's all about. We've got to tell ourselves this. We need to change our mindset and make ourselves realise that we are whatever we want. We are literally whatever we want to be. Yeah. Most people, an average person could probably look at a person and see what they've done throughout their day to realise what that person's like, and to what that person's going to achieve in their life. Because if you're not doing nothing in your day, you ain't going to achieve anything. You know, these people that have achieved massive, massive success, they have made optimum use of their times by delegating, yeah, by obviously making, you know, the maximum use of the hours in their day. They have only achieved this through time management, education, delegation. Yeah, all these different factors have made these people who they are. But if you're just getting up in the morning and going to work and coming home, and that's where your day ends, you don't put any more effort into becoming better. It could just becoming a better person. You know, now you might think, oh, if I become a better person, how's that going to make me earn more money? Well, in my way of thinking, it could well do that, because if you can talk better, if you're more empathetic towards people, if you sound like you're more educated and you're courteous and all these things, you don't know who you might bump into one day. You might bump into someone in conversation and they start talking to you and they think, you know, he sounds like he's a nice guy. And all of a sudden he might mention that he's involved in something, and then all of a sudden you're talking and he's inviting you to go and look at something. Yeah, massive, massive reward can be obtained in my eyes just by being courteous, just by being friendly, by being open. You know, I'm involved in sales and I get leads for businesses. And one of my mate, he recently said to me, my mate Jason, who I get work for, he said to me, Cole, he said, the amount of people that tell me, you know, that praise you in the street when you're talking to them. He said to me the other day, he said to me, you make my job easier. He said, you make my job easier. And the reason I do that is because when the people talk to me and they ask me about what the product is about, obviously that I'm promoting, in this case it was a roof, I was telling them all the benefits, I was having a laugh with them, I was stroking their dog, you know, whatever I was doing, and I was telling them about how it's a good, you know, a good investment if they're going to stay in their property, about how it will make it more pleasant. But all the time I'm talking to these people, I'm smiling. I'm like, you know, I'm being myself, and that comes across. And he said to me, when he walks in the house, he says quite often they'll say to me, "Oh, that guy in the street, yeah, what's his name, Colin? Oh, yeah, he was really helpful." And straight away you've not only told the person about what you can do for them, but you've created a positive brand, if you like, a positive impression for that company who you're working for. And it's so important. It's never more so important than in sales. But this also goes for when you're selling yourself. So don't believe that you'll do better and do greatness in life just through being more academic. Because whilst that is a really important thing to know, obviously, especially if you're getting involved in the finances market or something like that, then obviously you've got to have a really good knowledge of numbers and mathematics and equations, graphs, etc. But I'm on about you still got to be when you go for that interview, they've still got to look at you and think he's a nice guy. Because it don't matter how academic you are, if someone talks to you and they don't get that, oh, I could work with him, that bloke's not going to employ you. So back to your personal development. Every single area of your life is of importance. Your knowledge, your education, your goal setting, your time management, every single area, your personality, yeah, how you come across, your vocabulary, all these things are going to improve if you work on them. And if you can just gain a little bit of knowledge in all these different areas, it adds up to a lot. And who knows, the next time when you're out, or the next time perhaps you go for an interview, whatever you do, that will shine through. Yeah, that will shine through, and it's going to bring you massive, massive reward. Yeah, massive reward. but it won't unless you make a fundamental decision to actually improve. You need to, get a list. Do it now. Get a piece of paper and write down every day what you're going to do to improve. It might be that you say, I'm going to spend 20 minutes a day reading a book. If you're looking at perhaps business and having your own business one day, spend 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day reading that book on business building. Watch a video. Watch a video about somebody who's got a business and who's perhaps telling you about their ways they've gone forward and also their mistakes that they've made. Because obviously that's again is more knowledge. Far better to let someone else make a mistake than you make it in the future. Yeah. So by reading about other people's mistakes, you're hopefully going to avoid them in your business venture. Think about your health. Think about motivation. You need to be motivating yourself to do all this. That's what I do it every day now. There's not a day goes by where I don't watch someone's video on personal development. It might be about building their business. It might be about how they're building their channel. It might be about how they're remaining motivated. It might be about how they're coping when their business don't do what they expect. So when they feel a little bit down about it, how they get over that. Whatever it is, every single subject that you click on personal development on YouTube, right, or any other platform, is going to take you forward. I even know now myself, the fact where I've been watching people and listening to people, that I can now talk a lot more confidently about personal development, which I can only assume is where I'm obviously learning a lot more about it myself. So that can only be good. You ain't going to gain without a little pain, yeah? It's just like going to the gym. The only difference is you're exercising your brain and you're not exercising obviously your arms and legs. There's no difference. Yeah. If you want to achieve anything in life, relationships, more money, better living conditions, happiness, whatever it might be, you will only ever get there or even get a little bit forward if you make a sacrifice. And I mentioned in another one of my videos recently, there ain't many things that you can look at in your life, and I'll mention it again because I believe it's important for us to take on board. There ain't many times in your life, you probably can't think of any time in your life where something good happened to you without you taking some action. It could have been anything. It might be that you went for an interview. It might be that you read a book which inspired you to do something else. It might be that you decided to go out and buy a pet, and the pet made you happy. There ain't usually any reason why we feel good or feel better in ourselves unless we've actually done something. We've took action. It might only been a little bit of action which has made us feel good. So can you imagine? Can you only begin to imagine how good you would feel and what you could achieve if you took massive action? And that's what I'm doing now. I'm reading, I'm watching videos, I'm learning about business, all these different things which and it might not benefit you right away. This seed that you planted in your brain, this little bit of information, it might not benefit you now. But who knows? 10 years down the road, you could be at an interview and someone might ask you a question and that answer might just come into your brain. And that could be the difference between you getting that job and not. So why wouldn't you try and improve in every single area of your life? Because you never know when that one little snippet, that one little gold nugget of information is going to change your life for the better. Thanks so much for watching my videos. I really appreciate if you watched to the end, I appreciate this video's gone on a bit, it's 24.5 minutes. But if you did watch to the end, thank you so much. I really encourage you, if you are looking to improve, please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. And if you could, please like and give me a thumbs up. It means a lot to me. Thanks so much, and I hope you do watch another one of my videos. And I hope I can obviously inspire you to take positive action. Thank you.